Hi, we've been spending a lot of time working here in Rittergut, especially in the kitchen. In the next episode, we're going to show you a lot of what we've been up to.
This time, though, it's no work and it's all play as we go to Munich to visit the world-famous Oktoberfest.
Whee! Won't you come with us?
Welcome to Tripping Over 60.
We're Jim and Linda Ryan, a couple of baby boomers who've caught the travel bug.
Come with us on our adventure
as we move to Wilkau-hasslau, Germany, to begin a new life and a new dream.
Munich is about a 4.5-hour drive from Zwickau. If you take the train, it's 5.5 hours.
Regensburg is about an hour and a half from Munich, so we decided to take the train to Regensburg, spend the night, and then hit Munich in the morning. Well, we made it. Here we are in Regensburg. We've got our map. We're ready to find the Tourist Information Center and get ourselves a room for tonight. Tomorrow we head off to Oktoberfest. And the answer was yes. We were able to find a room, but this time it wasn't our usual, almost a youth hostel thing. Look who settled in. For some reason, we got a spectacularly nice room. And we didn't go to the TI to do it. We walked up the street. Jim saw this beautiful building, decided it would be way too much money. But we went in and we checked anyway. And it was a good price. It included Frühstück. So we're all settled now.
Yes, and we're about a 5-minute walk to the train station in the morning. Across the street through this window is a view of a beautiful park. The Maximilianstrasse is out this window here, and that's where we're going to go and stroll around and play tourists all afternoon. Well, before we headed out, I thought we'd take a minute here and just show you the view that we're looking at. That's Maximilianstrasse out there ahead, and a park that's on both sides of that street. At the end of the street, the yellow building, that's the Hauptbahnhof, that's the train station, where tomorrow we'll be heading off to Oktoberfest, first thing in the morning. But for now, we're going into Old Town Regensburg. We thought it'd be easier to take a minute and show you some of Regensburg's highlights, set to some traditional German music. We're here at the cathedral in Regensburg. We were here a few years ago and they were just getting started on the restoration and cleanup of it. What's interesting is the scaffolding where the people are walking between the two towers and the wood scaffolding around the main tower. I don't know if I'd want to be working up there. The next morning we knew we were on the correct train to Oktoberfest. Follow those dirndls.
We've made it to Munich. We're not real sure which way to go, but I think if we follow everybody that's got the great looking clothes on, we ought to be fine. What do you think, Jim?
I think that's a good idea.
Well, let's just kind of walk this way. We've come out of the Hauptbahnhof, and we've been following the crowd. They've got signs here that kind of lead you along. So we're just going to join the parade. Off to Oktoberfest.
Well, here we are at Oktoberfest. We entered through the fun zone gate. We are not sure which gate to go through.
There's really no gate to speak of, though, is there?
Not really. And the crowds are just starting to gather. It's amazing because this thing only runs for like 16 days and there's excess of 6 million people that show up here.
And they consume 6.9 million liters of beer. Now we're over little closer to the main beer halls. The Hippodrome is one of the larger ones. We didn't mention that, as luck would have it, even though we picked a Wednesday, it turned out to be a national holiday. It's Unification Day, when the West and the East became one. So there's a lot of crowd here. Happened to catch one of the beer wagons here. Each brewery has its own. There's the name.
We were tickled by the signs that led to the toilets.
We also learned about beer corpses, those who party too hard and just collapse in a corner.
Let's take a look and see what might cause that. One of the reasons Oktoberfest is so large is because it features many, many beer halls.
Whether you want to stick to your favorite local brewer or you want to sample a little bit of everything, there's a beer hall for you. Each hall has its distinctive decor. Well, now we're heading into another beer hall. Beer name I've never heard, but I'll bet Jim knows all about it. During the day, the live music is set to 85 decibels. At night, there is no limit, and it's deafening.
It's hard to believe it's only 12 noon here. The party is really going.
The tables are long and festival goers sit communal style. Needless to say, the waitresses are busy, busy, busy as they queue up to lug stein after stein of beer to thirsty patrons.
Oktoberfest is also known for its food. Here are some of the tasty highlights.
The food here at Oktoberfest is unbelievable. I've read that everything in God's green earth will show up here on a skewer being roasted. Apologies to our producer and daughter that she's going to have to somehow edit all this, but I gotta tell you, for the non-vegetarian of us in the group, this all looks awfully, awfully tasty. We'll keep filling you in on more and more food as we come across it. We're still inside the Paul Anner Beer Garden, and these are a display of all of the various little munchies that you can order while you're in here, having your beer, listening to your oompa music. There's the girl that sells all the pretzels. What are we looking at, Jim?
Hock. Pork knuckle
And what's all of this other stuff in the center?
looks like barbecue ribs.
This looks really tasty. Good looking sandwiches. I think it's a brisket.
The statistics for the lost and found are quite interesting.
950 passports got turned in, 570 wallets, 480 mobile phones, oh yeah, and 2 wedding rings.
I wonder if they belong to the same couple. At the end of a long, busy day, we certainly feel like we saw the best of Oktoberfest. We hope you've enjoyed experiencing Oktoberfest in Regensburg with us.
If you find yourself in Munich in September, we think Oktoberfest is a definite do. Join us next time when we'll be continuing to work in Rittergut as it reveals more of its treasures.
Until then, I'm Jim.
I'm Linda.
And we're tripping over 60.
Join Trippin Over 60 next time in the Netherlands. Join Jim and Linda for their adventures in Amsterdam, Delft, Arnhem, and more.
Well, what do you think?
I think we better go.
Plus, you'll learn what on earth these folks are doing at an open-air cheese market in Alkmaar. Tune in next time for more Trippin Over 60 adventures.